A series of 1890s books by Ingersoll Lockwood features a boy named Baron Trump with eerie similarities to Baron. The fictional Baron travels through time and is mentored by a man named Don. Sound familiar? Another Lockwood book, The Last President, tells the story of a man living on Fifth Avenue who unexpectedly becomes president, sparking chaos. Fans can't ignore the parallels to Donald Trump's rise.
That thing with Baron Trump, have you heard that?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's nuts too.
That's wild.
Find that one. That one's nuts too. That one's completely bizarre.
There's a series of books from I think it's the late 1800s or something.
Yeah.
About, it says 1900 here, but it's like a person named Baron Trump goes on these adventures, gets a guy from Manhattan to be his guide. It's very strange and very similar to what.
See if you can find what the synopsis,
yeah.
what connects it to Baron Trump. It seems real weird.
The book is called The Last President.
The Last President. That's kind of crazy. Because if shit hits the fan and the aliens land, he is the last president. An 1889 novel called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey. It was written by Ingersoll Lockwood. He would go on to write another book called The Last President in 1900.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
In a castle called Castle Trump.
So he's follows the adventures of a young aristocrat named Baron Trump living in a castle named Castle Trump, which is fucking crazy. The character is described as intelligent, curious, and somewhat arrogant, guided by his mentor, Don. Baron embarks on fantastical journeys, including one to discover a magical portal in Russia. Oh, yeah.
This is the wildest conspiracy I have seen in a very long time, and it has to do with Baron Trump, the son of Donald Trump. So there's a series of books written in the late 1800s by a man named Ingersoll Lockwood. It's about a kid named Baron Trump, and you can't make this up. Baron Trump lived in a castle called Castle Trump, and he had a mentor that goes by the name Don. Baron can be described as a wealthy, intelligent, witty, but arrogant young boy, and in one of the books they go through a series of adventures with his mentor named Don. They read these manuscripts and discover portals, underground civilizations, and dark forces. This is when it gets even crazier. One of the books is named The Last President. It takes place in 1896, and it's about an election of an unexpected popular president, and protesters take this to the streets mainly in New York City, where riots break out in response to the shocking election result. The panic stems from the fear that the new leader, who is deeply anti-establishment and opposed by Wall Street elites, will upend the nation.
Imagine this. A book written in 1893 about a boy named Baron Trump.
Here's a book. It's called Baron Trump, The Adventures of the Collection. It's called 1900 or The Last President, written in 1896. On page 315, you got chapter 1, and this is the last president right here. It's talking about in the city of New York, a mob creates, and Fifth Avenue Hotel was the first to feel the fury of the mob. Guess what's on the Fifth Avenue? Trump Tower, 721 725 Fifth Avenue, Midtown Manhattan. And then the aged governor in response to the mayors, thank God we have saved the city. But the Republic. All right. Baron Trump, Adventures, Last President. Here's a book. It's called Baron Trump, The Adventures of the Collection. It's called 1900 or The Last President, written in 1896.
Ingersoll Lockwood's book, Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey, details the adventures of a wealthy boy living in Castle Trump. And his journey consists of traveling to Russia, depicting a world within a world, which young Baron explores with his dog Bulger. So, okay, it's just a series of silly coincidences that the main character is named Baron Trump, living in Castle Trump, who goes on an adventure using a guidebook provided by none other than the master of all masters.
The Prophecy of the Last President. Here's where things get truly strange. Ingersoll Lockwood didn't stop with the adventures of Baron Trump. 2 years later, he published another book titled 1900, or The Last President. In this story, a political outsider becomes president and plunges New York City into chaos. The details are startling. The president lives on Fifth Avenue, the same location as Trump Tower. There are riots and unrest following his election, eerily reminiscent of events in 2016 and 2020. Even more bizarrely, Baron Trump's fictional adventures take him to Russia, foreshadowing Donald Trump's contentious ties to the country over a century later. These parallels have fueled countless conspiracy theories. Was Lockwood a time traveler, a clairvoyant, or was it all a strange coincidence? One that grows harder to dismiss the deeper you dive.